Look at the center of your screen for the next 10 seconds. Try to keep your mind entirely blank. Let no thoughts enter. For most people, a stray thought or a flicker of an image likely interrupted that silence. It's a simple demonstration that our brains often generate impulses and ideas even when we specifically tell them not to. This lack of control was the focus of the Stanford marshmallow test in the 1970s. Children were told they could eat one marshmallow immediately or wait a few minutes to receive two. When researchers followed up decades later, they found the children who could wait generally had better academic and professional outcomes. The results suggest that the ability to navigate these internal impulses is a significant predictor of how effectively someone can work toward their long-term goals. To measure how this internal control is changing over time, the University of California conducted a 20-year study on the mechanics of human attention. In 2004, the average person could focus on a screen for 2.5 minutes before their attention shifted. By 2024, that number dropped to just 47 seconds. This data indicates that our environments are reshaping our behavior. We are becoming conditioned to look for new stimuli every minute, making sustained focus increasingly difficult to maintain. This struggle happens because of a conflict between two neural systems. One part of your brain is a long-term planner that values hard work, while the other is a pleasure seeker that prioritizes immediate comfort. Choosing a quick distraction releases dopamine. This provides a brief moment of satisfaction. The brain prioritizes these rewards, creating a feedback loop. The distraction is logged as a survival necessity, making the urge to check your phone stronger each time you try to focus. Procrastination isn't necessarily a sign of laziness. It is the result of your reward system being trained to prefer instant hits of dopamine over the delayed satisfaction of a finished project. When the day ends and that dopamine wears off, the pleasure-seeking mind retreats, leaving you to face the reality of your uncompleted tasks. This usually leads to a wave of frustration and self-criticism. This emotional crash has a biological cost. Research suggests that low self-confidence can hinder cognitive processing, meaning that the more you dwell on your failures, the harder it becomes to execute the work. The guilt following a wasted day consumes the mental energy you need to reboot your momentum tomorrow. Despite these setbacks, the brain can be retrained. In a 2004 study, researchers asked participants to learn a new skill, juggling. These MRI scans show the results. After weeks of practice, participants showed structural changes in brain areas responsible for motion and vision. This is neuroplasticity. The brain reorganizes pathways and grows in specific regions based on use, regardless of age. Because the brain adapts to use, we can utilize specific habits to strengthen the neural pathways associated with focus and control. The first step is to filter your daily focus. By consciously asking what would make your day successful every morning, you prime your brain to notice opportunities for progress rather than looking for distractions. Second, use time blocking. Deciding exactly when and what you will work on the night before relieves the mental effort of making decisions in the moment, which can increase task completion rates by as much as 50%. Third, remove the environmental triggers. If a notification sound initiates your dopamine loop, the most effective solution is to silence the device entirely, removing the signal before the impulse can form. Fourth, replace regret with microactions. If you find yourself falling into a distraction, don't waste energy on guilt. Immediately perform one small 2-minute task to signal to your brain that you are back in control. Finally, you must challenge your cognitive limits daily. In an era of automated convenience, you need to engage in mental resistance training, like math, meditation, or learning, to keep your capacity for deep work sharp. Without a deliberate plan for your attention, it will be directed by the loudest distraction in the room. Take these steps to start steering your own narrative. Subscribe for more insights into the psychology of the mind.